There are places on Earth so breathtaking that the first glimpse feels like stepping into a dream. Impossible landscapes rising in wild majestic. These incredible places ignite pure awe, revealing unreal horizons and surreal environments that challenge our sense of what is possible. These ancient structures were crafted entirely by human hands, with a level of precision so astonishing that they blend seamlessly with the very stone and with the natural landscapes surrounding them. And then, nature returns in full force. Unveiling vast canyons, towering cliffs, glowing deserts, and untouched realms where reality surpasses imagination. These are the impossible places of our planet, incredible wonders where the line between the real and the surreal disappears. Uluwatu Temple was constructed around the 11th century by the renowned Hindu priest Empu Kuturan. Its name, Uluwatu, originates from the local language, with Ulu meaning peak and Watu meaning stone, precisely describing its location atop a towering rock cliff. This sacred edifice was built to venerate Dewa Rudra, a prominent deity within Hinduism. Its architecture features a unique honeycomb rock structure, appearing both ancient and perfectly harmonized with the dramatic natural coastal landscape. Visitors touring the site are typically required to wear a sarong, a traditional local garment, to demonstrate respect for this hallowed space. The sunset at Uluwatu is a primary draw, as thousands of people gather each afternoon to witness the sun slowly descend into the ocean. Naqsh-e Rostam stands as a prominent ancient site in Iran, located near the city of Shiraz and adjacent to the ancient capital of Persepolis. This monument once served as the burial place for ancient Persian kings and preserves magnificent rock carvings from major dynasties throughout Iranian history. The carvings primarily belong to the Achaemenid and Sassanid empires, shaping Naqsh-e Rostam's renown. The site is most famous for its royal tombs, which are carved deep into towering sheer rock cliffs. These tombs feature intricately sculpted facades depicting ancient rituals, beliefs, and the power of the early kings. Naqsh-e Rostam is the eternal resting place for 4 great Achaemenid emperors, including King Darius I. King Darius I stands as a pivotal figure who established the mighty Persian Empire. Cappadocia is not a small city, but a vast historical and geographical region located in central Anatolia, Turkey. The name Cappadocia has its roots in the ancient Persian language, with the old name Katpatuka recorded in documents from the Achaemenid Empire. The region was once a volcanic land, when surrounding volcanoes erupted ash and lava, creating soft, volcanic tuff layers that over millions of years of wind and water erosion formed the current bizarre landscape. Astonishingly, about 36 underground cities have been discovered in Cappadocia. Some, like Derinkuyu, can be as deep as 8 levels, about 200 feet, capable of sheltering thousands of people. These underground cities feature sophisticated systems of ventilation shafts, doors, and insulated walls, engineered to maintain temperature balance and allow inhabitants to breathe. Cappadocia was the home of 3 very famous Christian theologians who made major contributions to early Christian theology. The rock colors in Cappadocia also change depending on the time and light, with hues ranging from pale orange, light pink, to yellow or gray, creating a magical effect during sunrise or sunset. Labuan Bajo, a port town positioned on the western side of Indonesia's Flores Island, has transformed significantly from a small fishing village to become a globally prominent tourism destination. Its unique geographical placement, nestled between expansive seas and towering mountains, creates a consistently pleasant climate throughout the year, thus making it suitable for tourism in all seasons. Near this area, the Komodo dragon, recognized as the largest lizard in the world, thrives naturally, attracting thousands of wildlife enthusiasts to its vicinity. Labuan Bajo consistently ranks among Indonesia's finest diving locations. It boasts exceptionally rich coral reefs and some of the highest marine biodiversity. This strategic importance is further highlighted by the Indonesian government's proposal to establish Labuan Bajo as the second Bali, underscoring its pivotal role in national tourism development. Flores Island lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which explains its numerous active volcanoes, creating a rugged landscape and mystical crater lakes. The island's unique geology also features many limestone caves, tall waterfalls, and hot springs, all shaped by millions of years of continuous volcanic activity. Its isolated fauna exhibits distinct evolutionary traits, with many animal species being either smaller or larger than their mainland relatives. In 2003, scientists discovered Homo floresiensis, often called hobbit people, due to their small size, who once inhabited the island. Flores remains a place where traditional rituals thrive, ranging from coming-of-age festivals to harvest and funeral ceremonies. Although part of Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim nation, most of Flores's inhabitants practice Christianity, influenced by Portuguese missionary efforts. The city of Yazd is located on the central Iranian plateau, notable for its architecture and way of life adapted to the harsh desert environment. The site shows evidence of human settlement from thousands of years ago, making it one of the oldest cities in Iran. The entire old city of Yazd stretches across the desert, featuring a dominant color palette of earthen tones and mud brick yellow, creating the feeling of an architectural oasis. Yazd's architecture is characterized by houses made of clay or mud brick, adobe, an underground water system, qanat, and numerous wind towers, badjia, for natural cooling. The wind towers are the city's iconic image. They capture the breeze from above and channel it down inside the houses for cooling, perfectly suited for Yazd's hot and dry climate. The underground qanat network stretches from the mountains to the city, delivering water to this arid location, a unique and impressive ancient engineering feat. Masada is an ancient fortified stronghold built atop a rocky plateau, mesa, in the Judean desert, near the western shore of the Dead Sea in southeastern Israel. This plateau sits about 400 meters, or about 1,300 feet, above the surrounding land. Herod the Great upgraded Masada into a fortified refuge and palace between approximately 30 and 15 BC, building it with strong walls, water cisterns, and luxurious amenities despite the harsh environment. Masada is famous in history for the Roman army's siege against the Jewish people who had taken refuge there around 72 to 73 AD. This system demonstrates exceptional engineering and construction ingenuity for the ancient world in a challenging environment. Komodo National Park is located between the two large islands of Flores and Sumbawa in the Lesser Sunda Islands region of Indonesia. This is the only place on the planet where the Komodo dragon lives in the wild. The climate here is relatively dry compared to most of Indonesia, with low rainfall, which creates a special landscape when the dry season arrives. The yellow color of the grasslands and savanna combined with the blue sea and white sandy beaches. Although the initial goal was the Komodo dragon, the park has expanded its scope to protect the entire rich ecosystem, including large marine animals such as sharks, turtles, whales, and dolphins. Because of this richness, the area is a globally famous destination for diving and snorkeling. Komodo Park is a fascinating natural laboratory where the Pacific and Indian Ocean ecosystems meet. Petra, originally called Rakmu, is a famous ancient city and archaeological site located in southern Jordan, nestled within the semi-desert mountains. The site is globally renowned for its rock-cut architecture, meaning the Nabateans directly carved and sculpted structures like temples, tombs, and facades into the surrounding sandstone cliffs. Petra was voted one of the 7 new wonders of the world and is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Beyond its unique architecture, the city is famous for its very sophisticated water management system, including reservoirs and channels for rainwater, which allowed residents to thrive in an arid environment. The most famous structure, Al-Kazner, the so-called treasury, is actually not a vault for gold, but is believed to be a mausoleum for Nabatean royalty or high officials. The monolithic rock of Sigiriya formed from ancient lava of a volcano that became extinct millions of years ago. Around 477 AD, King Kasapa I commissioned this structure as a symbol of power and a secure refuge. Despite being over 1,500 years old, the water garden and canal systems here remain functional due to their astonishingly advanced hydraulic design. The site is also known as Lion's Rock because the ascent to the summit once passed through the feet and paws of a giant lion statue, of which only the paws now remain. Wall paintings depicting mysterious women, often called Sigiriya damsels, represent an outstanding example of ancient Sri Lankan mural art. After the fall of the Kassapa dynasty, Sigiriya lay forgotten for a long period, only to be rediscovered by archaeologists in the 19th century. Wae Rebo is a traditional village situated deep within the mountains of Flores Island, Indonesia, and stands as one of the few rare ancient villages still preserving its traditional lifestyle across generations. The village is most renowned for its unique conical houses, known as Mbaru Niang, all constructed with an ancient, distinctive architecture. These Mbaru Niang homes feature conical roofs made from dried palm leaves, symbolizing the profound connection between humans and the universe. Each structure typically contains 5 to 7 floors, with every level serving a specific function, such as living quarters, a place for ancestor worship, or space for food storage. There are fewer than 10 Mbaru Niang houses within the village, and each one can accommodate 6 to 8 families living together, sharing daily space and responsibilities. Mount Kinabalu, rising approximately 13,435 feet above sea level, stands as the highest peak on Borneo Island and ranks among Southeast Asia's tallest points. This impressive structure, formed from the uplift of ancient granite roughly 10 to 15 million years ago, marking it as a distinctive geological landmark. The mountain area is renowned for its astonishing biodiversity, recording over 5,000 plant species, 300 bird species, and approximately 100 mammal species. Notably, ascending the summit does not require professional climbing skills, making it one of the few high mountains that ordinary individuals with good physical fitness can conquer. Lastly, for the indigenous people, the mountain is considered a sacred place, as ancestor spirits are traditionally believed to reside on its peak. Mount Huangshan, also known as the Yellow Mountain, is located in Anhui Province in eastern China. The mountain range was formed about 100 million years ago, later affected by glaciers during the Quaternary period, which created its bizarre and spectacular granite peaks. Huangshan is famous for its 5 wonders, which typically include oddly shaped pine trees, magnificent rock formations, a sea of clouds, hot springs, and winter snow. Ecologically, the area has astonishing plant diversity. It contains about 1/3 of China's species of bryophytes, mosses, and lower-level plants, and more than 1/2 of China's pteridophytes, ferns. Since ancient Chinese times, Mount Huangshan has been a great symbol in mountain water painting and poetry, carrying immense inspiration. The Ellora Caves complex is located in India, notable for its architecture that was excavated and carved directly into the basalt rock face, rock-cut architecture. The area includes about 34 large caves and temples, which were constructed from approximately the 6th to the 10th centuries AD. What makes Ellora a rare site in India is that it showcases the coexistence of 3 major religions in the same rock-cut architectural zone: Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. One of the structures here was excavated using a very rare and complex technique. The artisans started carving from the top of the rock face and worked their way down, rather than just cutting into the side of the cliff. The rock material containing this cave complex is basalt, a type of volcanic rock that was ideal for carving the caves. The Shore Temple is an ancient structure located on the coast of Tamil Nadu, India, built around the 7th to 8th centuries under the Pallava dynasty, specifically during the reign of King Narasimhavarman II. The temple was constructed using solid granite blocks rather than wood or lighter materials, ensuring its long-term survival for over 1,200 years. The sacred complex comprises 3 separate shrines on the same foundation, 2 dedicated to the god Shiva and 1 dedicated to the god Vishnu. The main orientation of the temple faces east, with the spiritual intent that the morning sunlight would shine directly upon the linga, the object of worship for Shiva inside, symbolizing light, bringing new beginnings. Raja Ampat is an archipelago located off the northwestern bay of the Bird's Head Peninsula, West Papua, Indonesia, consisting of more than 1,500 small islands, shoals, and coral reefs. The name Raja Ampat in Indonesian means the 4 kings, derived from a local legend about 4 eggs that hatched into 4 kings. The area is highly regarded by many scientists as a marine biodiversity hotspot, meaning it is a place with a high concentration of species, many of which are endemic or rare. The seawater in this region remains relatively clean and clear, coupled with a stable tropical climate where the water temperature is around 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, 79 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. The residents here primarily rely on marine livelihoods, fishing, harvesting sea resources, and eco-tourism, and still retain many traditional cultural traits. Phi Phi is renowned globally for its stunning natural beauty, where crystal-clear emerald waters are framed by towering limestone cliffs and untouched green forests. This unique combination of wild mountains and romantic seas has established it as an icon of Thai marine tourism, with its global fame significantly boosted after the film The Beach was set there in 2000. Despite being severely damaged by the 2004 tsunami, the islands were rebuilt and now serve as a symbol of recovery and sustainable tourism development. The entire archipelago forms part of a national park, ensuring a strictly preserved environment, which includes prohibiting visitors from bringing plastic bags and styrofoam to protect marine life. Access to Phi Phi is exclusively by boat, as no bridges connect it to the mainland or other major islands, and once there, cars are not widely used, with movement primarily by foot or bicycle. Jeonju Hanok Village, a renowned historic settlement in Jeonju City, Jeollabuk-do Province, South Korea, preserves over 700 traditional Korean Hanok houses that remain intact to this day. The village once served as an important residence and political center during the Joseon dynasty, a period instrumental in shaping modern Korean culture. It is particularly known for maintaining the traditional ondol system, a distinct classical floor heating method integrated into many of its Hanok residences. The traditional Hanji papermaking culture also originated in Jeonju, with this renowned paper still produced locally for its exceptional durability and aesthetic appeal. Visitors often engage in the popular activity of trying on hanbok, the traditional Korean attire, while strolling through the village. Constructed in 1746 by Maharana Jagat Singh II as a summer resort for the Muar royal family, the Lake Palace was originally named Jag Niwas. This palace stands entirely on a rocky island of approximately 3.7 acres in Lake Pichola, built with white marble from Rajasthan mines for its luxurious and cooling appearance. The palace's unique setting also served as a backdrop for the James Bond film Octopussy in 1983. Following India's independence, it became a luxury hotel in 1963, preserving its heritage while utilizing its significant value. Today, it is considered one of the world's most luxurious hotels, frequently voted the most romantic by leading travel magazines. Pingyao's origins date back approximately 2,800 years to the Western Zhou dynasty, and the city experienced significant flourishing throughout the Ming and Qing dynasties. It swiftly became renowned as a crucial ancient financial center, often designated as China's first Wall Street. This city served as the earliest banking hub, simultaneously developing the initial credit system with remittance notes. Uniquely, the entire ancient city features a highly logical urban plan, strictly adhering to traditional feng shui principles. A square city wall, approximately 4 miles in length, encircles the city, notably featuring 6 gates designed to resemble a turtle shell. This design reflects the concept of a city's resilience, akin to a long-lived turtle, while all streets inside the ancient city run in a square and crisscross pattern. This specific street layout represents a characteristic traditional style of ancient China. Qutb Minar is a prominent victory tower and observation tower located in the southern region of Delhi, India. Construction of the monument began around 1192 or 1199 during the reign of Qutbuddin Aibak, the founder of the Delhi Sultanate. The tower is constructed primarily using red sandstone in the lower levels and features marble or sandstone in the upper tiers. The original purpose might have been to serve as a minaret for the call to prayer from its high balconies, but many scholars believe the structure is more of a symbol of victory than a practical minaret due to its immense height. Currently, for safety reasons, visitors are not permitted to climb to the top of the tower, despite its internal spiral staircase. The ancient city of Gerasa is located in Jordan and was known as Gerasa during the Roman era. The city was conquered by the Romans in 63 BC under the command of General Pompey. Jerash reached its peak around the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, when it received heavy investment in public construction and became an important commercial center. The city is situated at an elevation of about 500 meters, or about 1,640 feet, above sea level, which offers views of the surrounding area and relatively mild natural conditions. This site is very significant because it clearly showcases Roman urban life in the non-Italian regions, which is a rare preservation. After its glorious era, the city gradually declined due to natural disasters such as earthquakes and historical upheavals. The Golestan Palace is an old royal palace complex of the Qajar dynasty, located in the center of the capital city of Tehran, Iran. It is considered one of the oldest surviving historical monuments in Tehran. This palace complex once served as the residence and workplace of the Qajar kings, bearing the strong imprint of a seat of royal power. Golestan Palace is one of the very few large architectural sites in Tehran that is relatively well preserved in its role as a royal palace into the modern era. The architecture here is not only traditional Persian style, but also incorporates many European elements, using Western-influenced materials, decoration, and structural forms. Pasargadae was the first capital of the Achaemenid Empire, ancient Persian Empire, built under Cyrus the Great around the 6th century BC, approximately 559 to 530 BC. Cyrus the Great founded Pasargadae to mark the rise of the Achaemenid Empire, though it served as the capital for only a short time before the seat was moved to Persepolis. The architecture at Pasargadae utilized a technique of joining large stone blocks, which some archaeologists believe shows influences from the Lydian or Ionian regions, which is somewhat unexpected in ancient Persia. Although Pasargadae is mostly ruins today, it contains the tomb of Cyrus the Great, which is considered the main symbol of the site. The complex included not just palaces, but also Tol-e-Takht, a fortified platform on a hill used for defense and royal administration. Longmen Grottoes is a vast rock cave complex located near the city of Luoyang in China's Hainan province, housing over 100,000 Buddha statues. These sculptures range in size from mere centimeters to over 17 meters, with the largest Buddha statue standing approximately 56 feet tall, which is comparable to a 5-story building. The intricate carving of these numerous statues began around 493 CE, a monumental effort that continued for hundreds of years. A majority of the grottos were established during the Northern Wei and Tang dynasties, both periods where Buddhism received significant imperial interest. The entire complex stretches along 2 rocky slopes flanking the Yi River, creating an immense open-air sculptural library. This monumental undertaking once served as a profound expression of power and devotion by ancient emperors, nobles, and devout Buddhists who sponsored its construction. Wadi Rum, also known as the Valley of the Moon, is a spectacular rocky desert region located in southern Jordan. This area is recognized by UNESCO as a dual World Heritage Site for both nature and culture. Wadi Rum is globally famous for its surreal landscape, featuring a fiery red desert terrain and rock mountains that look like they belong on another planet. The terrain here resembles Mars so closely that NASA once used it to simulate the surface of the red planet, and numerous rovers were tested here before heading to space. Because of this unique setting, Wadi Rum has been the main backdrop for many famous Hollywood films, including The Martian and Dune. The environment here is incredibly harsh. The temperature can swing by as much as 72 degrees Fahrenheit in just one day, dropping from 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 38 degrees Fahrenheit, 113 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, to below 41 degrees Fahrenheit at night. To survive, the desert plants here must have roots as deep as 66 feet to access underground water, while some creatures even have the ability to desert hibernate, suspending activity for months to conserve energy. Vat Phou is an ancient temple complex of the Khmer Empire, located in Champasak Province, southern Laos. considered one of the earliest religious and architectural sites in Southeast Asia. The architectural axis of the temple extends for about 1.4 kilometers, running from a spring and cliff face up to the main sanctuary, and then continuing toward the Mekong River. The architecture of Vat Phou represents the early phase of Khmer stone architecture, which offers significant research value on the architectural history of Southeast Asia. Because it is located in Laos and is not overwhelmed by mass tourism like some other large sites, visitors to Vat Phou can have a more tranquil and intimate experience with the heritage. Jeju Island is the largest island in South Korea, located about 100 kilometers south of the tip of the Korean peninsula, belonging to the special self-governing Jeju province. The island has a slightly oval shape, formed entirely by volcanic activity, with the central core being Mount Halasan, which stands about 1,950 meters, or about 6,400 feet, high. Halasan is the highest peak in South Korea, which is unusual for an island location. The result of the volcanic activity is that the island features black basalt soil and many unique terrains, including hundreds of smaller parasitic cones or vents. The island's coast is very distinctive, featuring not only ordinary sandy beaches, but also numerous basalt rocks, cliffs, and lava tubes, which create a more dramatic image than many other resort islands. Jeju's climate also differs from most of the mainland. It is warmer and less cold, which allows for the cultivation of fruits like oranges and mandarins. Furthermore, Jeju is renowned for its unique cultural traditions, including the native Jeju language, which UNESCO considers to be endangered. Angkor Wat is one of the most famous and important temple complexes in Southeast Asia, located in northern Cambodia, near the city of Siem Reap. This complex was built in the early 12th century, approximately between 1113 and 1150, under the reign of King Surreal II of the Khmer Kingdom. Its initial purpose was to serve as a state temple and later as a mausoleum for the king. Angkor Wat is enormous in size, covering about 400 acres. The temple initially honored the Hindu god Vishnu before gradually transitioning to a Buddhist temple. Most of the structure is built from sandstone, with large blocks finely crafted, often using dry stone joints instead of mortar. The long galleries within the temple are famous for their magnificent bas-reliefs depicting scenes from great Indian epics such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, demonstrating a very high level of artistry. The temple is not just enclosed by walls, but also surrounded by a large moat, which symbolizes the ocean encircling the divine Hindu universe. Thanks to its continuous preservation and usage over time, Angkor Wat is in a much better state of conservation than many other abandoned ancient temples. The Taj Mahal is a magnificent mausoleum complex built from white marble, located in the city of Agra in northern India. It was commissioned by Emperor Shah Jahan of the Mughal Empire to honor his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who passed away in 1631. Construction began around 1632, with the main mausoleum finished by about 1648. This was a project of enormous scale, mobilizing between 20,000 and 22,000 people, including stonemasons, inlayers, and artisans from places like India, Persia, the Ottoman Empire, and Europe. More than 1,000 elephants were used to transport the building materials. The white marble was sourced from a quarry several hundred miles away, supplemented by precious inlaid materials from across Asia. What makes it unique is that the color of the Taj Mahal changes with the light throughout the day. It can appear slightly pink in the early morning, bright white during the day, and may shine gold or silver at night. The Taj Mahal was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 and was voted one of the new 7 Wonders of the World in 2007. Halong Bay is located in northeast Vietnam, in Quang Ninh Province, famous for its unique karst landscape. The name Halong means descending dragon, tied to the legend of a dragon fighting invaders and spitting out jewels to form islands for defense. The bay contains nearly 2,000 islands and islets, about half of which remain unnamed. The limestone in this region began forming more than 500 million years ago, resulting in one of the world's finest examples of tower karst invaded by the sea. Halong Bay is also historically significant, with archaeological evidence showing humans inhabited the area from tens of thousands of years ago, belonging to the Soi Nu and Kai Beo cultures. The bay has been recognized by UNESCO twice under two different criteria, one for its scenic beauty and one for its geology and evolutionary history. Mount Tai is considered the foremost of the 5 great mountains, Wu Yue Ji Shu of China. The mountain's highest peak is about 1,532 meters to 1,545 meters, or about 5,000 feet tall, which is very impressive relative to the surrounding plains, although it is not the highest mountain in China. Mount Tai has been an object of worship for more than 3,000 years and holds profound significance in ancient beliefs. It is seen as the link between heaven and mankind. This was where Chinese emperors held the crucial rituals to heaven and earth to legitimize their mandate of heaven. Approximately 72 emperors are recorded to have personally visited or sent representatives to perform rituals at this mountain. Therefore, climbing Mount Tai has long been regarded as a spiritual journey, not merely a hike for sightseeing. The Leshan Giant Buddha is the world's largest stone-carved Buddha statue, located in Sichuan Province, China. The statue is carved into a cliff of red sandstone at the confluence of 3 major rivers, the Min, the Dadu, and the Qingyi. Construction began during the Tang dynasty, around 713 after Christ, and took nearly 90 years to complete, finishing around 803 after Christ. According to legend, the Buddha was carved out to calm the turbulent waters and protect safe passage for boats, as the area frequently suffered from flooding accidents at the confluence point before the statue was built. Miraculously, the statue utilizes an intricate drainage system, with hidden channels carved into the shoulders, head, and ears to guide rainwater away and reduce erosion. This system is still functional after more than 1,200 years. Notably, the statue's head features 1,021 meticulously coiled locks of hair, and its ears are about 23 feet high, large enough for a person to stand inside. The project was once stalled due to a lack of funding. It is rumored that a monk even gouged out his own eyes to demonstrate his sincerity and inspire further donations to finish the statue. Chitwan National Park is Nepal's first national park, established in 1973 and listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1984. It lies in the tropical Terai Plains, where the ecosystem changes dramatically with the seasons. In the dry season, the grasslands turn pale yellow. In the monsoon, the forest glows deep green. And in early winter, red sal flowers cover the land. It is one of the rare places on Earth where Bengal tigers, Asian elephants, and one-horned rhinos live together. Along its winding rivers, the gharial crocodile thrives, with a snout reaching up to 1.5 meters, almost half its body. Scientists have found ancient marine fossils here, showing this land was once a seabed millions of years ago. Though smaller than half of Tokyo, Chitwan holds over 500 bird species, an incredible level of biodiversity. Today, visitors can join jeep safaris, canoe along the rivers, or walk through dense jungle to watch wildlife in their natural world. The Everest Base Camp trek in Nepal stands as one of the world's most renowned and coveted trekking journeys, guiding visitors to the foot of majestic Mount Everest, the planet's highest peak. This location sits at an elevation of approximately 17,598 feet above sea level, which surpasses the heights of many other famous mountains worldwide. An average person typically takes about 12 to 14 days to complete the round-trip trek, presenting a significant challenge to physical endurance and adaptation to thin air. Although no specialized climbing techniques are required, the journey still demands serious preparation due to substantial changes in altitude and harsh weather conditions. Temperatures here can drop to -4 degrees Fahrenheit at night, even during the peak trekking season. Swayambhunath is an ancient religious complex located on a hilltop in the western part of Kathmandu Valley, Nepal. The name Swayambhu in Sanskrit means self-created, coming from a legend that this hill was once a vast lake, and from its center, a lotus flower emerged, giving birth to the sacred site. At its heart stands a large white, dome-shaped stupa, topped with a square structure bearing the Buddha's eyes facing 4 directions, symbolizing awareness and wisdom. Above the eyes lies the third eye, a mark of enlightenment. Pilgrims walk clockwise around the stupa, spinning prayer wheels and offering prayers. The site is also famous for the monkeys living freely on the hill, considered sacred by locals. At sunset, they leap across the roofs and railings, filling the temple with movement and sound. The architecture rises in layers, from the white dome to the square base, then 13 golden tiers representing the 13 steps toward enlightenment, ending with a shining golden spire above Kathmandu's sky. Aqaba is a strategic port city located in southern Jordan, situated on the Red Sea, marking Jordan's only direct access point to the ocean. This city serves as both a crucial trade gateway and a renowned tourist destination, boasting year-round warm waters. Water temperatures in the Red Sea at Aqaba typically range from approximately 72 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, creating ideal conditions for aquatic activities. Despite Jordan's predominantly desert landscape, Aqaba allows visitors to experience diving and swimming amidst a vibrant, colorful marine ecosystem. It also stands out as a diving location, offering significantly lower costs compared to other Red Sea nations such as Egypt or Israel. Due to its diverse environment, Aqaba uniquely facilitates one-day trips that combine experiences across its sea, mountains, and desert landscapes. Phong Nha Cave stands as a renowned natural wonder in Vietnam. Nestled within the Phong Ha Ki Bang National Park in Quang Binh Province, which is recognized globally as a World Natural Heritage Site. Its name, Phong Nha, translates to wind through teeth or wind from teeth, describing the peculiar sound generated by wind passing through the cave's rock crevices. The cave system encompasses an extensive underground river, stretching for approximately 8.6 miles, making it one of the longest subterranean rivers globally. Over millions of years, mineral-rich water has consistently dripped, meticulously forming the diverse array of stalactites found throughout the cave's interior. A popular boat trip allows visitors to venture deep inside, offering an immersive and unique experience within this natural marvel. The water's extraordinary clarity reveals the riverbed below, creating an optical illusion where boats appear to float in the air as they navigate the cavern. This striking natural spectacle prompted early 20th century French explorers to designate it as the first wonder cave. Adam's Peak, locally named Shripada, meaning the sacred foot, is a mountain about 2,243 meters, or about 7,359 feet, high in the central highlands of Sri Lanka. The mountain is notable for its very distinct conical shape, standing alone amid the surrounding mountains, which creates an easily recognizable symbol from afar. At the summit is a large rock formation featuring a specific foot-shaped depression. This depression is venerated by followers of at least 4 major religions: Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity. There are about 5,500 steps or more on the main path to climb to the summit, making the experience feel like ascending a natural staircase. Mount Nebo holds deep religious significance, traditionally known as the site where the prophet Moses stood to gaze upon the land of Canaan, the promised land before his death. This mountain stands approximately 2,680 feet high, offering an expansive and wide-ranging view of the surrounding landscape. From Nebo's summit, on clear days, visitors can observe the city of Jerusalem in the distance, alongside the Jordan River Valley. On its slopes, ancient olive trees, hundreds of years old, still stand resilient, serving as symbols of peace and enduring longevity. The weather on Mount Nebo can change rapidly, often shifting from bright sunshine in the morning to thick fog by afternoon. The name Nebo potentially originates from a deity in ancient Babylonian culture, reflecting an ancient historical connection of this location. Mount Bromo is an active volcano located within the Bromo-Tengger Semeru National Park on the highlands of East Java. The name Bromo is the Javanese rendition of Brahma, the Hindu god of creation. Although it is not the highest peak, Bromo is the most prominent and accessible volcano within the region's large caldera system. Uniquely, the Bromo crater actually sits inside a vast depression known as the Sea of Sand, and this area, in turn, lies within the larger Tengger caldera. To reach the crater rim, visitors must climb a staircase of about 241 steps. A statue of the god Ganesha, god of wisdom, is placed at the crater rim, a religious symbol revered by locals who ascend the mountain for ceremonies. The Sea of Sand area around Bromo was protected quite early as a natural reserve back in 1919. When the weather is cold, dew condenses on the sandy surface and then turns into a thin layer of salt or ice, creating the Embun Upas phenomenon, making the sand surface gleam as if covered in tiny frost. The Acropolis of Athens sits on a high limestone rock right in the middle of the city of Athens, Greece. The area was initially used by the Mycenaeans as a fortress around the 13th century BC. It later transitioned into a sacred religious center to worship the goddess Athena, the patron of Athens, and ultimately became a symbol of ancient Greek civilization. In the 5th century BC, under the leadership of Pericles, Athens undertook a major building program, which resulted in many of the famous structures seen today. Although we primarily see white or cream-colored marble now, the buildings on the Acropolis were originally painted with vivid colors such as red, yellow, and blue. This area is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and serves as a traditional symbol for democracy and Western philosophy, which originated in Athens. Suwon Hwasong is an ancient military fortress located in Suwon City, just south of Seoul. King Jeongjo of the Joseon dynasty commissioned its construction in the late 18th century, intending to protect the city and commemorate his father, Crown Prince Sado. The fortress is renowned for its grand scale, featuring a wall system stretching over 3.5 miles that encircles nearly the entire old city of Suwon. Its design thoughtfully combines traditional Korean building techniques with modern elements influenced by both Western and Chinese innovations. Key defensive components include formidable gates, strategic protective structures, and advanced stone-throwing gun systems. Remarkably, this extensive complex was completed in only 2 years, from 1794 to 1796, a rapid pace considering its immense size. Today, Suwon Hwasong stands as one of the rare ancient fortresses in Korea that preserves almost its entire original architectural structure. The Guilin Karst landscape is located in Guangxi Province, China, forming a part of the South China Karst Natural Heritage Site. The scenery here is famous for its tall, tower-like limestone peaks that rise sharply from the valleys and rivers, creating a highly dramatic scene that looks like it came straight out of a Chinese ink wash painting. This is one of the world's quintessential examples of tower karst, where limestone peaks dramatically emerge from a low base rather than being ordinary hills. The limestone peaks in the Guilin area took tens of millions of years to form through processes of limestone deposition, uplift, and natural erosion to create the current tower-like mountains. The image of this region was once used as a symbol on China's 20-yuan banknote, illustrating the cultural and aesthetic significance of the Guilin landscape. Zhangjiajie National Park, Zhangjiajie NP, is the first national forest park in China, established in 1982. The park is notable for its unique pillar system, consisting of over 3,000 different quartz sandstone pillars, which creates a rare stone pillar forest scene. What is special is that these stone pillars were not formed by the dissolution of limestone karst, but mainly by physical erosion processes like frost wedging, root growth, and weather. The rate of forest coverage in this area is extremely high. Forests occupy about 97 to 98% of the area in some parts of the park. The combination of fog, forest trees, and tall stone pillars makes this place look like it is floating in the clouds, creating a feeling similar to a science fiction movie setting. This very scenery served as an inspiration for the famous film Avatar. The Ranthambore Tiger Reserve is a large conservation area designated to protect the Bengal tiger and its surrounding ecosystem in India. The area was once a royal hunting ground before being established as a reserve, later joining the Project Tiger program in 1973 and being recognized as a national park in 1980. Ranthambore is famous as one of the best areas in India for observing tigers in their wild habitat, offering visitors a high chance of spotting the animal. The reserve has numerous scattered lakes, ponds, and water bodies that provide essential drinking spots for the animals, which increases the likelihood of observation when animals gather nearby. Because it is a dry forest, during the dry season, the daylight is very strong and tree cover is minimal, creating more favorable conditions for observing and photographing wildlife. The Singapore Botanic Gardens, SBG, was established in 1859 in the Tanglin area of Singapore. The initial purpose of the gardens included both recreation and botanical research, focusing on the collection, experimentation, and development of plants with economic and environmental value. The plant and ecological system here is highly diverse, featuring not only ornamental plants, but also native species, heritage trees, and small forests located within the city. Entry to most parts of the gardens is free, which is quite unusual for major urban gardens or museums. For these merits, the SPG was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 2015, becoming the first tropical botanic garden in Asia to achieve this title. Luang Prabang is a city located in northern Laos, which once served as the royal capital of the Lanshan Kingdom. The city's old central quarter was recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1995 for its exceptional architectural, historical, and cultural value. The name Luang Prabang is linked to a precious Buddha statue, Phra Bang, which serves as the national symbol and gave the city its name. The architecture here is a unique blend. Visitors can see traditional Lao houses with tiled roofs and wood, interspersed with houses from the French colonial period, creating a space with both Asian and European influences. The city is surrounded by hills and forests, so the natural landscape is always right next to the old quarter. The mornings in Luang Prabang are very distinctive. At dawn, fog rises from the river with a soft light alongside the sight of monks collecting alms, all combining to create a very sacred and tranquil atmosphere between nature and the urban area. The Socotra archipelago is located in the northwestern Indian Ocean, near the Gulf of Aden, between the Arabian Peninsula and the Horn of Africa. The main island of Socotra accounts for about 95% of the entire archipelago's area. The landscape here is extremely bizarre, often described as alien-looking due to the distinctive shapes of the rocks and plants. The archipelago boasts exceptional biodiversity. More than one-third, about 37%, of its plant species are endemic, found nowhere else on Earth. Notably, Socotra is not a volcanic island, but a fragment that broke away from the ancient Gondwana supercontinent, which explains its very old and distinct geological origin. Zhangjiajie is a famous nature reserve in Sichuan, China, whose name means the Valley of Nine Villages, because 9 Tibetan villages were once scattered throughout the area. The site is internationally renowned for its lake system, featuring extraordinarily vibrant colors, from azure blue and emerald green to golden yellow, thanks in part to the accumulation of minerals and limestone sediments. The lakes are remarkably clear due to the special mineral content, specifically calcium carbonate, which allows for a clear view of the bottom and submerged trees. The watercolor constantly changes depending on the light, viewing angle, and depth. The forests in Zhangjiajie are highly diverse and relatively pristine, considered one of the important high mountain forest reserves in China. Prominent in the Zhangjiajie area is the Roraima waterfall, situated at an elevation of approximately 2,365 meters, or about 7,760 feet above sea level. The waterfall system here formed within the unique geological environment of the fault-ridden mountains, featuring limestone and calcium carbonate deposits, which give the water a clear turquoise color and create unique travertine terraces. Bagan is a famous plain located in central Myanmar, Burma, near a bend in the Irrawaddy River. From approximately the 9th to the 13th centuries, Bagan served as the capital of the Pagan Kingdom, the first kingdom to unify many of the areas that would later become Myanmar. The site has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site since 2019. Bagan's most notable feature is its extraordinary landscape, which holds thousands of red brick temples, pagodas, and stupas scattered across a dry plain. During its golden age, over 10,000 religious structures were built here, indicating an incredibly large scale and density of construction. The building spree happened quite rapidly and involved unique architectural innovations, such as the Gu style, hollow temple, featuring complex arches and vaults. Although there was a major focus between the 11th and 13th centuries, Bagan continued to be used and repaired for centuries thereafter. Located in the low rainfall, dry zone, the brick structures here have been better preserved in some respects. Today, visitors can see thousands of spires stretching across the plain from high temples or from a hot air balloon, creating an unforgettable sight, especially at sunrise or sunset. The Borobudur Temple Complex is located in the Kedu Valley, in the south of Central Java Province, Java, Indonesia. The monument was constructed using millions of volcanic stone blocks, fitted tightly together with little or no mortar, which demonstrates an impressive ancient building technique. On the lower levels, there are thousands of stone bas-relief panels carved with stories about the life of the Buddha, moral lessons, and the Jataka tales, Buddha's previous lives. Notably, Borobudur was once forgotten and buried by volcanic ash for a period before being rediscovered in the early 19th century. Varanasi is one of the 7 sacred cities of Hinduism and is believed to have existed for more than 3,000 years, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Varanasi is notable for its steps leading directly down to the Ganges River, called ghats, where residents and pilgrims perform bathing rituals, prayers, and even cremations. In Hindu tradition, many believe that if someone dies in Varanasi and is cremated on the banks of the Ganges, their soul will be freed from the cycle of reincarnation, thereby achieving moksha or liberation. The city played a very significant role in Hindu education and philosophy from an early period, serving as a long-standing place of learning, pilgrimage, and religious tradition. Hoi An is a city in central Vietnam, famous for its exceptionally well-preserved Old Town Quarter. The city was once a crucial international trading port from the 15th to the 19th centuries, serving as a cultural intersection for Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, and European peoples. The architecture in Hoi An is a unique blend of these cultures, with ancient streets and a very slow-paced, relaxing atmosphere, distinguishing it from other major cities. The distinctive yellow color on many building facades and in the architecture has contributed to a unique visual identity for the area. Unlike many other cities in Vietnam, Hoi An has implemented vehicle restrictions in the Old Town area, aiming to protect the historical space and enhance the experience for pedestrians and cyclists. Additionally, the tailoring craft in Hoi An is very renowned, with tourists often visiting to have custom-fitted clothing made, which has become part of the city's tourism brand. Persepolis, which means the city of the Persians in Greek, is a famous archaeological site located in Fars province in southwestern Iran. It once served as the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, dating from approximately the 6th to the 4th century BC. The city sits on a large terrace, which is partly man-made and partly utilizes the natural terrain, covering an area of about 125,000 square meters, backed by the Ramat mountain range. Persepolis is famous as the ceremonial center for the Achaemenid kings. It was the place to hold spring festivals, receive delegations from subject territories, and clearly proclaim the emperor's power and grandeur. The architecture here is very monumental and intricate, featuring grand staircases, large columns, wide platforms, and remarkable bas-reliefs. The Hiroshima Peace Memorial was originally the Hiroshima Prefectural Industrial Promotion Hall, built in 1915 by the Czech architect Jan Letzel. This structure became a global symbol because of the event on August 6, 1945, when the first atomic bomb used in warfare exploded near the area. The building was one of the few structures that remained standing after the blast, and the fact that it still retains its ruined skeleton makes it an extremely powerful visual testimony to the destructive force of the atomic bomb. The memorial embodies the profound wish for a world free of war and nuclear weapons. The Mysore Sanctuary is a complex of ancient Hindu temples and towers built by the Champa Kingdom, dating back across approximately 9 to 10 centuries from the 4th to the 13th centuries. The complex contains over 70 temple tower structures spanning various periods. The typical tower architecture here is primarily constructed from red bricks and decorated with sandstone bas-reliefs. What is particularly noteworthy is that the construction technique of these towers still holds many mysteries. For instance, the method of firing the bricks, or how the bricks were bonded together, has not been fully explained by archaeologists. Mysore's valley location, surrounded by mountains, held not only aesthetic value, but also important strategic value in the past. The Ubud Monkey Forest, also known as the Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary, is located in the Ubud region of Bali, Indonesia. This is a preserved natural forest that also serves as a sacred temple complex for the Hindu community. The site is famous for its large population of native long-tailed macaques that live wildly in the forest and interact with visitors. The monkeys here are completely not kept in cages, but live freely and move between different areas. The management philosophy of the forest is based on Tri Hita Karana, the 3 ways to achieve happiness: harmony between humans and humans, humans and nature, and humans and the divine. The Terracotta Army is a massive collection of terracotta figures representing the army of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, who unified the nation in 221 BC. The main purpose of the army was to serve as guards for the emperor in the afterlife, following ancient beliefs about life after death. The site was unexpectedly discovered in 1974 by local farmers while they were digging a well. The army is famous for its vast quantity and scale. There are thousands of human figures, along with statues of horses and chariots, all arranged in battle formations. West Lake is a famous freshwater lake with a unique landscape, described as 3 sides hills, 1 side city. The lake has a circumference of about 15 kilometers, or approximately 9.3 miles, and is divided into 5 sections due to hills and causeways cutting across it, which creates a complex interconnection between its water areas. In terms of geological history, West Lake was initially a bay or river mouth, which later accumulated sediment and over time formed the freshwater lake as it exists today. West Lake is a major source of artistic inspiration, not only for Chinese painters and poets, but also influencing the art of Japan and South Korea. Due to its important cultural significance, the image of West Lake is also printed on paper currency and used as a cultural symbol of China. Naqsh-e Square is a large square located in the city of Isfahan, Iran, built during the period from about 1598 to 1629, under the reign of Shah Abbas I of the Safavid dynasty. The square is a symbol of the golden age of Iranian architecture and urban planning under the Safavids, when Isfahan was elevated to the capital with grand-scale planning, architecture, and art. Its distinct feature, compared to many other squares, is its long and large rectangular shape. The 4 sides of the square are surrounded by grand architectural structures in the Safavid style, creating a very balanced frame around the open space. The square includes green space and gardens within its area, which was not always the standard for ancient Iranian squares. The city of Isfahan, where the square is located, has a famous Persian saying, "Isfahan nesfe jahan," meaning Isfahan is half the world, and this square greatly contributed to that reputation. The Prambanan Temple complex is located in Indonesia, built around the mid-9th century AD, approximately 850, under the Zhangjiajie dynasty. The original name of the large temple dedicated to Shiva was either Shivagra, House of Shiva, or Shivalaya, Realm of Shiva. The architecture of Prambanan was designed to convey the idea of a miniature cosmos according to Hindu beliefs. It consists of 3 zones, outer, middle, inner, symbolizing different levels of the universe. When completed, the complex once contained up to about 240 temples, including many smaller supplementary shrines, although today only the main temples and some sections have been restored. The construction of this complex was intended not only for religious purposes, but also as a symbol of power, linked to the assertion of the Hindu dynasty following a period of Buddhist dominance. Jaisalmer Fort is located in the city of Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, India. The fort was built in 1156 by King Rawal Jaisal, and it is the origin of the city's name. This fortress is often nicknamed the Golden Fort, Sonar Quila, because of its brilliant yellow sandstone color under the sunlight. Jaisalmer Fort is not merely a static historical ruin, it is still inhabited by residents inside the fortress walls, making it one of the very few living forts in the world with a history of nearly 900 years. However, the fort has been severely impacted by issues like water seepage and a weak geological foundation, being built on sedimentary rock, making its preservation a major challenge. The Grand Palace is a large architectural complex located in Bangkok, Thailand. Construction of the palace began on May 6, 1782, when King Rama I moved the capital from Thonburi to Bangkok and laid the foundation for the Chakri dynasty. Initially, it served as the official residence of the king, the court, and the government of Siam, Thailand, as well as the administrative and religious center of the time. From the early 20th century, the king's permanent residence moved elsewhere, but the Grand Palace is still used for royal ceremonies and receiving state guests. The Grand Palace is an architectural and artistic symbol of Thailand, notable for its multi-tiered tiled roofs, glittering gold-plated spires, and colored glass inlaid walls. The architecture here features a traditional Thai style, but also shows influences from Chinese and European styles in its form and decoration. The Konark Sun Temple, considered one of ancient India's greatest architectural masterpieces, was constructed in the 13th century by King Narasimhadeva I. This temple is dedicated to the sun god Surya and stands as a pinnacle of ancient stone sculpture and construction techniques. Its overall form meticulously replicates a colossal chariot of the sun god, embodying a complex blend of mythology and engineering. The temple features 24 perfectly proportioned stone wheels, each approximately 10 feet in diameter and intricately carved to represent the time of day. 7 horses pull this grand chariot, symbolizing either the 7 days of the week or the 7 rays of the sun. The monument is renowned for its bold architecture, incredibly detailed stone carvings, and monumental scale. Hampi was once the capital of the Vijayanagara Empire from approximately the 14th to the 16th centuries, and today it is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site under the name Group of Monuments at Hampi. During its peak, Hampi was a very wealthy city, attracting merchants from all over and described as a major city in South India. Hampi is notable for its unique landscape of countless large granite boulders with rugged and mystical shapes, eroded over time, interspersed with ancient architectural structures. Many of the architectural works here were constructed using the local granite stone, the very material available in the landscape. Hampi is not merely an archaeological ruin, but also holds spiritual value. Many places within Hampi remain active sites of pilgrimage and worship, rather than just abandoned monuments. Marzula is a renowned ancient village situated in Gilan province, northwestern Iran, nestled near the Alborz Mountains. The village is primarily famous for its unique terraced architecture, where the roof of one house effectively serves as the courtyard for the dwelling directly above it. This distinctive settlement is built on steep, rocky mountain slopes at an elevation of approximately 3,300 feet above sea level. With a history spanning over 1,000 years, the village is believed to have been established around the 10th century CE. Its internal pathways are remarkably narrow, accommodating only pedestrians, which means no vehicles are permitted to circulate within Masuli. Villagers predominantly sustain themselves through traditional crafts, the sale of souvenirs, carpet weaving, and various tourism services. The village's magical, tranquil scenery, often likened to stepping directly out of a watercolor painting, frequently inspires photographers, painters, and poets. Kerak Castle stands as a prominent Crusader fortress situated on a high ridge within the town of Al-Karak in central Jordan, and ranks among the largest and best preserved medieval castles in the Middle East. Contributing to its complex defensive architecture, the castle's walls measure over 10 feet thick, effectively resisting the catapults and siege weaponry of its era. Furthermore, the fortress conceals deep subterranean levels that incorporate secret passages and torture chambers, adding to its tactical complexity. These cellar areas feature vaulted passages and adjacent rooms, which allow troops to move easily without being visible. The Aman Citadel is an archaeological site located on an L-shaped hill in the center of the capital city of Amman, Jordan. The area is considered one of the longest continuously inhabited places in the world, with evidence dating back to the Bronze Age. The hill on which it stands, called Jebel al-Kala, is one of the 7 original hills that form the city of Amman. This site was the focal point for many civilizations, from the Bronze and Iron Ages to the Roman, Byzantine, and early Islamic periods. Most of the visible ruins today belong to the Roman, Byzantine, and Umayyad periods, showcasing distinct layers of history. Notably, an inscription tablet in the Ammonite language, known as the Amman Citadel inscription, the oldest known inscription in that language, was discovered here. This archaeological area remains only partially excavated, suggesting the possibility of more discoveries in the future. Sukhothai Historical Park is the remnant of the ancient capital of the Sukhothai Kingdom, which served as the first capital of Thailand from approximately the 13th to the 14th centuries. The name Sukhothai means the dawn of happiness in Thai. The archaeological area spans about 70 square kilometers, containing over 190 ancient architectural ruins. The system of embankments, canals, and moats around and within the city walls still shows evidence of its use for water management in a very advanced way for the ancient period. Although it is an archaeological site dating back hundreds of years, Sukhothai is not merely a field of ruins, but remains vibrant, as local residents still live in and utilize some parts of the area around the city. The Bam Citadel, Agi Bam, is located in Kerman Province, southeastern Iran, in a desert valley area. The Agibam site may date back to the Achaemenid Empire era, the 6th to 4th centuries BC, or even earlier. During its flourishing period, approximately the 7th to 11th centuries AD, Bam was an important trade center and famous for the production of textiles, especially silk and cotton. The entire fortification of Bam once featured up to 38 watchtowers and many large gates to protect the citadel complex. This historic site was once a large fortress built using adobe and sun-dried bricks, and it is considered one of the largest earthen structures in the world. The most distinctive feature making Khajuraho globally renowned is its intricately carved stone bas-reliefs, which depict daily life, religious rituals, and explicit imagery of love between men and women, illustrating the connection between body and spirit within Hinduism. This site once encompassed approximately 85 temples, yet only about 20 temples remain intact and well preserved today. These temples are constructed entirely from sandstone, without the use of cement mortar or any binding agents. Most temples at Khajuraho adhere to the mandala principles of Hindu architecture, a sacred geometric symbol. The name Khajuraho originates from the Sanskrit word khajur, meaning date palm, reflecting a time when this area was surrounded by numerous date palm groves. Carvings depicting themes of love, including those of an intimate nature, constitute only about 10% of the total sculptures, with the majority featuring images of deities, musicians, and dancers. Mount Everest, also called Sagarmatha in Nepal and Komalangma in Tibet, is the highest mountain on Earth at 8,148 meters above sea level. Each year, it keeps rising by about 4 millimeters because the tectonic plates keep pushing upward. At that height, the air is so thin that only about 33% of the normal oxygen remains, making every breath heavy and difficult. Above 6,000 meters, no plants or insects can survive, only ice, rock, and strong winds, making the place look like another planet. Gravity at the top is about 0.3% weaker, so people become slightly lighter even if they can't feel it. In such thin air, the human voice turns hoarse and broken. Sound travels weakly, and people often use hand signals to communicate. Ayutthaya Historical Park is an ancient ruin located in Thailand, which once served as the capital of the Kingdom of Siam from the 14th to the 18th centuries. At its peak, Ayutthaya was one of the largest cities in the world at that time, famous for both trade exchange and international connection. The current archaeological area covers about 289 hectares, or about 715 acres, and forms the core of the UNESCO Heritage Site. The architecture in Ayutthaya shows strong influence from Khmer art, such as the Prang Tower style, and later developed its own distinct Thai style. Unfortunately, after more than 400 years of existence, Ayutthaya was captured and destroyed by the Burmese army in 1767, and the city never fully recovered its former scale. Sinharaja, meaning King of Lions in Sinhala, is a legendary name that evokes the forest's ancient past. The area is renowned for its extremely high biological value, earning its reputation as a living treasure, with numerous endemic plant and animal species found exclusively here. Approximately 60 to 70% of the tree species within the forest are endemic, and over half of Sri Lanka's mammal species inhabit this diverse ecosystem. This makes Sinharaja one of Asia's ecosystems with the highest levels of biodiversity. The forest remains difficult to access, a crucial factor that contributes to its superior preservation compared to many other regions. Rainfall occurs almost year-round, maintaining ideal humidity levels and sustaining this unique rainforest ecosystem. Abhyane village stands out with its distinctive red earth color coating all its houses, as the soil's high iron content oxidizes over time, creating a unique landscape unlike anywhere else in Iran. With a history spanning over 1,500 years, this village is considered one of the country's oldest settlements. Remarkably, the villagers still maintain an ancient Persian dialect, which remains almost unchanged since antiquity. Traditional attire is also a preserved cultural aspect, with women daily wearing white headscarves printed with colorful floral patterns. The primary livelihood for Abhyane's residents comes from agriculture, where they cultivate crops such as wheat, barley, and harvest fruits, including apples, apricots, and pomegranates. The residential architecture here is intelligently designed to retain warmth during winter and provide coolness in summer. Each house further features elaborately carved wooden balconies, a distinctive and rare architectural element. The Forbidden City is located in the center of Beijing, China, built from 1406 to 1420 during the Ming Dynasty. For nearly 500 years, this was the imperial palace, the home and workplace of Chinese emperors from the Ming to the Qing dynasties. It is one of the largest surviving wooden structures in the world, utilizing large timber materials with many original wooden frames preserved. The construction process mobilized more than 1 million laborers and over 100,000 craftsmen. The entire palace roof is covered with yellow tiles because yellow was considered the emperor's color, creating a strong visual effect under the sun. The Forbidden City is surrounded by walls and a moat, creating the sense of a royal fortress separated from the outside world. The Red Fort is a large historical fortress and palace complex located in Old Delhi, the capital of New Delhi, India. The structure was built by Emperor Shah Jahan starting around 1639 when he decided to move the capital from Agra to Delhi, and it was completed around 1648. The Red Fort is notable because it served as the main residence for the Mughal emperors for nearly 200 years. The fortress walls are constructed from red sandstone, with many sections reaching a height of about 65 to 75 feet, or about 20 to 23 meters. Following the Mughal era, the fort underwent periods of invasion and was utilized by the British during the colonial period, resulting in the destruction or alteration of many interior sections. Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan, with an elevation of about 3,776 meters. Mount Fuji's image is notable for its nearly perfect conical shape and balanced slopes, which earns it the title of Japan's most beautiful mountain in terms of form. Although it has been dormant for a long time, Mount Fuji is still classified as an active volcano. Its most recent eruption occurred between 1707 and 1708, scattering ash across the eastern region of Japan. Mount Fuji is not only a scenic spot, but also holds cultural significance. There is a popular Japanese saying that a wise man climbs Fuji once, only a fool climbs it twice, which underscores the importance yet challenging nature of the climb. The Golden Temple is the most significant shrine for the Sikh community and serves as a symbol of Sikhism's religious and cultural values. The temple is named the Golden Temple because the entire roof and upper section are covered with gold plating or gold leaf, making the structure strikingly prominent. Intriguingly, the structure was built below the surrounding ground level to signify humility. The temple is located in the center of a large sacred pool, Sarovar, which provides a tranquil, reflective space. Furthermore, the temple is famous for its community service, known as Langa, a free kitchen that serves meals to all visitors. Khirbet Qumran is an archaeological site located on a high, desolate terrace among the sandstone cliffs of the Judean Desert and the northwestern shore of the Dead Sea. This area is famous for its association with the critically important documents known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, which were found in nearby caves. These ancient manuscripts were written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, dating from approximately the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD. The discovery of these texts occurred quite by chance, as they were initially found by a few Bedouin shepherds. The Dead Sea Scrolls represent the earliest surviving copies of many Hebrew scriptures, offering scholars deeper insights into Jewish history, the history of religious belief, and the foundations of Christianity. Meiji Shrine is a Shinto shrine built to honor the spirits of Emperor Meiji and Empress Shokan, pivotal figures in the modernization of Japan. The forest surrounding the shrine covers an area of about 70 hectares, which is quite massive for a shrine located in the middle of a city. Uniquely, this forest was planted with more than 100,000 trees, donated by people from all over Japan. Meiji Shrine is a very popular location for Shinto-style weddings, where visitors might encounter couples dressed in traditional kimonos. Although the area was destroyed during wartime, it was later rebuilt, reflecting a part of modern Japanese history. Additionally, many countries send gifts, such as sake barrels and wine, to the shrine as a display of cross-cultural relations. The Summer Palace is one of the representative imperial gardens and palace complexes of China. Initially, it served as a garden for the Qing dynasty emperors to rest and escape the summer heat. Out of the total area of about 2.9 square kilometers, approximately 3/4 is occupied by the lake surface, which is a very large proportion compared to many other imperial gardens. Many structures within the gardens were designed so that the imperial occupants could both rest and work, indicating that the site once held a political and imperial function, not merely a recreational one. The Summer Palace contains over 3,000 ancient architectural structures within its grounds and displays more than 40,000 historical artifacts. The structure was severely damaged during the invasions by the Eight-Nation Alliance in 1900 and was also damaged in 1860 before being subsequently restored. Angkor Fort is located in India, and its construction began in 1592 by Raja Man Singh I. The main materials used to build Angkor Fort are red sandstone and white marble, a combination that gives the structure a look of luxury and durability. The current structure was largely completed and expanded around the 17th century, approximately 100 years after construction began. Within the fort's architecture, there is a special room called Taj Mahal, Mirror Palace, where the mirror inlay and lighting are exquisitely designed so that candlelight can reflect everywhere. The fort was not only a residence, but also had strategic defensive functions, featuring fortifications, many gates, and rough paved roads to hinder attackers. This fort once served as the administrative center, the residence and workplace of the Rajput kings. Fatehpur Sikri is a historic town and architectural complex located in the Agra district in Uttar Pradesh, North India. The city was built around 1571 by Emperor Akbar, who chose this site to be the capital of the Mughal Empire for a brief period. Fatehpur Sikri's name means the City of Victory, as Emperor Akbar had it built to commemorate his military triumph. The architecture here is magnificently built using primarily red sandstone and shows influences from multiple cultures, including Islamic and Hindu styles. However, the city served as the Mughal capital for a very short period, from approximately 1571 to 1585. The main reason for its abandonment is believed to be the difficulty in securing an adequate water supply for the capital's needs, which led Emperor Akbar to relocate. The Sundarbans is the largest mangrove forest in the world, located at the confluence of the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Meghna rivers as they flow into the Bay of Bengal. The area is spread across the border of two countries. Most of it lies in Bangladesh and a portion in the West Bengal state of India. This forest plays a vital role as a natural shield for the coast. It helps retain soil, reduce waves, prevent erosion, and protect coastal residents from cyclones. The ecosystem here is dominated by the sundry tree Heritiera fomes, a characteristic species whose name influenced the term Sundarbans. Currently, the forest is facing major impacts from climate change, all of which severely threaten the ecosystem and the lives of the residents living near the forest. The Yakushima Forest is located on Yakushima Island, Japan, famous for its ancient Japanese cedar, sugi trees known as yakusugi, some of which are thousands of years old. The forest here receives an extremely high amount of rain, often described as one of the wettest places in Japan. Yakushima's ecosystem is incredibly diverse, with about 1,900 recorded plant species and subspecies. Yakushima is one of the very few places in the world where visitors can ascend from the subtropical coastal region to a colder, high mountain zone within a small area, essentially crossing multiple ecological zones in one trip. Notably, this forest landscape has inspired major cultural works. For example, it is believed to be the inspiration for the famous animated film Princess Mononoke by director Hayao Miyazaki. The Tokyo Skytree is a prominent broadcast tower, an observation point located in Tokyo, Japan. Its height is 634 meters, or about 2,080 feet, and this number was chosen because the Japanese pronunciation of 634 sounds similar to Musashi, the old name for the region where the tower stands. With this height, the Tokyo Skytree is the tallest freestanding structure in Japan, and when completed, was one of the tallest towers in the world. Due to its immense height, from the Skytree's observation deck, visitors can see a panoramic view of all of Tokyo and in good conditions can even spot Mount Fuji, which few other towers in the city can claim. The ancient city of Gadara, now Qais, in Jordan, is believed to have existed since approximately the 3rd century BC. It is the ruin of the city of Gadara, which was very powerful during the Hellenistic and Roman periods, situated on an important trade route between Syria and Palestine. The location of Qais is very distinctive. It lies on a high outcrop about 378 meters, or about 1,240 feet, above sea level, offering a commanding view over the Yarmouk River Valley, the Sea of Galilee, and the Golan Heights. The main stone material in many of the structures is black basalt, a rare type of stone compared to those typically found in other Roman cities. Doi Inthanon stands as Thailand's highest peak, reaching an elevation of 8,415 feet above sea level. This altitude creates a unique climate, with peak temperatures dropping below 32 degrees Fahrenheit during winter, an uncommon occurrence in tropical Thailand. Beyond its distinct climate, Doi Inthanon harbors one of the rare remaining cloud forest ecosystems found across Southeast Asia. This pristine environment also plays a crucial hydrological role, supplying vital water to numerous major rivers throughout northern Thailand. The mountain is thus widely known as the Roof of Thailand, a title acknowledging its commanding height alongside its ecological and tourism importance. Its name honors King Inthawachayanon, the last king of Chiang Mai, who sought to protect the mountainous forests of northern Thailand. Yala National Park, located in southeastern Sri Lanka, stands as the country's second largest and oldest nature reserve, officially established in 1938. Its predominantly semi-arid landscape fosters a unique ecosystem, distinguishing it from continuously humid tropical rainforests. Yala also hosts over 200 bird species, encompassing many rare and seasonal migratory varieties. Although thousands of tourists visit annually, hoping to witness precious wildlife moments, only about 10% of the park's area is explored, leaving most of it pristine. The region temporarily closed after the 2004 tsunami, highlighting nature's susceptibility to natural phenomena. Ephesus was founded over 3,000 years ago, serving as a crucial center for both the ancient Greek and Roman empires. During its peak, this settlement grew into one of the largest cities of the ancient world, boasting an estimated population of up to 250,000 people. Several Roman emperors visited and invested in its development, transforming Ephesus into a modern and bustling city of antiquity. Archaeological evidence reveals the city once possessed modern sewage and water supply systems, a rare feat for that period. Despite thousands of years and damage from earthquakes and the passage of time, many architectural components at Ephesus maintain remarkable integrity. The city was eventually abandoned in the 15th century as its harbor became heavily silted, rendering trade inconvenient. Humayun's tomb serves as the mausoleum for Emperor Humayun, who was the second ruler of the Mughal dynasty. Constructed in the 16th century, this monument stands as one of the earliest examples of Mughal architecture on the Indian subcontinent. It notably represents the first major structure in India, built primarily with red sandstone. Humayun's wife, Empress Bega Begum, commissioned and largely financed its construction, a rare occurrence in the history of Indian tomb building. A Persian architect oversaw the tomb's design, illustrating a blend of cultural influences from that period. The grand central dome rises high to mimic a sky dome, symbolizing proximity to paradise within Islamic beliefs. This architectural masterpiece is therefore considered a significant precursor to the Taj Mahal, as both were built by individuals of the Mughal lineage following a similar philosophy. Lumbini is one of the most sacred and important sites in the Buddhist world. Located in the lower Terai region of southern Nepal, near the border with India, Lumbini is recognized as the place where Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, was born. Historical Buddha was born around 623 BC. It is one of the 4 most sacred sites for Buddhist followers and was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1997. This area still preserves ancient traces dating back over 2,000 years, notably the Ashoka pillar with an inscription confirming the Buddha's birthplace. Lumbini is the only place on Earth where many nations have built religious structures with their own distinct identity within a common complex, showcasing a rare unity among cultures. Finally, to ensure the site is not invaded by the modern world, the sacred core area has no strong cell phone signal or internet access. Kyoto was the historical capital of Japan for more than 1 millennium, from 794 to 1868, and is widely considered the spiritual and cultural capital of the country. Thanks to this long history, Kyoto possesses a dense volume of religious heritage. There are over 1,600 temples and shrines in the area. The architecture of these sites is characterized by its harmony with nature, often incorporating Zen gardens, greenery, and ponds, which create a quiet atmosphere away from urban noise. The richness of its religious culture also stems from the interplay between the 2 great traditions of Buddhism and Shinto. When visiting a major temple, such as Toji, which was founded in 796, Visitors can not only sightsee, but also feel the weight of history, seeing the marks of destruction and reconstruction across many centuries. Many temples and shrines in Kyoto still maintain traditional ceremonies and formal attire, allowing visitors not just to observe, but to participate in a part of the culture. The unique system of temples, Zen gardens, and use of space in Kyoto has profoundly influenced modern architecture, garden art, and lifestyle across Japan. Chiang Mai earns its title as the City of Temples due to the significant number of these structures relative to its population. The majority of these temples originate from the 13th century, a period coinciding with the golden age of the Lanna Kingdom. Their architecture is distinguished by multi-tiered, curved roofs and intricate carvings, which reflect traditional Lanna artistry. Many temples are adorned with gold leaf, creating a brilliant and sacred glow under the sunlight. Historically, some of these sacred sites served as custodians for significant Buddhist relics across the Southeast Asian region. The surrounding stone walls, along with statues of dragons, elephants, and lions, universally symbolize protection and sanctity. These temples also function as venues for traditional ordination ceremonies for young Thai men and offer meditation instruction with monks, which is popular among both residents and international visitors. Lijiang Old Town stands as one of China's most ancient and picturesque settlements, boasting a history spanning over 800 years. This town once served as a crucial stop along the ancient Tea Horse Road, a historical trade route linking China with South Asian nations. Lijiang distinguishes itself with a unique folk architectural system and a harmonious natural landscape, notably its winding canal network, often likened to an Oriental Venice. This extensive canal system, stretching for tens of miles, draws its cool, pure water year-round directly from the majestic Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. Unlike many other ancient cities in China, Lijiang lacks surrounding city walls, a design choice reflecting the open and harmonious philosophy of the local Naxi people. Despite centuries of existence, hundreds of its historic houses have remarkably withstood numerous major earthquakes without severe damage, a testament to their intelligent design and durable construction materials. Bunaken Marine Park is a renowned protected area located off the coast of Sulawesi in northern Indonesia, established in 1991. This park quickly became one of Indonesia's first marine conservation areas, and it is now recognized globally as one of the planet's richest and most beautiful marine reserves. It serves as a vital habitat for an extraordinary array of life, hosting over 70% of all Indo-Pacific marine fish species. This remarkable concentration of species creates a rare and incredibly diverse marine ecosystem. The park distinctively features the phenomenon of coral walls, which are steep coral formations rising like natural cliffs from the ocean floor. Complementing these unique structures, the marine environment maintains exceptionally clear waters, allowing underwater visibility to extend up to 100 feet on sunny days. Madaba is a city in Jordan, famous for its mosaic art from the Byzantine and Umayyad periods. The city of Madaba is currently known as the City of Mosaics due to the large number of Byzantine Umayyad mosaic works found there. What makes Madaba stand out is that it preserves one of the oldest surviving map mosaics, the Madaba map. This map depicts the Holy Land and was crafted approximately between 542 and 570 AD, dating it to the 6th century. The Madaba map was originally much larger, about 21 meters by 7 meters, 69 feet by 23 feet, and over 2 million small stones, tesserae, were used to create the work. Galeh Fort is located in the southwestern region of the island nation of Sri Lanka, situated on a rocky promontory jutting into the sea. It was initially constructed by the Portuguese in the late 16th century and later expanded and fortified by the Dutch in the 17th century. This is one of the large and relatively well-preserved forts built by Europeans outside of Europe, with its walls, moat, and colonial-era structures still intact. Today, Galeh Fort is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized as the best example of a fortified city built by Europeans in South and Southeast Asia. Notably, besides its historical significance, the area inside the fort is still inhabited, functioning as a vibrant urban area with residents, commerce, and recreation rather than merely an abandoned ruin. The Incheon Chinatown is an area strongly marked by Chinese influence, located in Jeonggu District, Incheon City, South Korea. It is considered the only official Chinatown on the Korean peninsula. The area was formed with the opening of Incheon Port in the late 19th century and increased trade between South Korea and China. Initially, this was where Chinese migrants came to settle, open shops, and establish a Chinese community in the region. Over time, multiple generations of Chinese descendants born in Incheon continue to live here. Previously, the neighborhood also hosted many shops importing goods from China. Currently, the area is mainly famous for its restaurants and cuisine, which blend Chinese and Korean flavors. Busan's beaches in South Korea are an essential part of the city's tourism brand image, which helps Busan stand out compared to non-coastal cities. Busan features numerous public beaches maintained by the city government, catering to swimming and leisurely strolls. At least one beach here is about 1.5 kilometers, or nearly 1 mile, long and about 70 to 90 meters wide, with white sand and ample space for many users. These beaches serve as a relaxation and recreation spot, not only for tourists, but also for the city's own residents. In addition to sunbathing and swimming in the summer, the beaches also host various other activities like water sports and beach walking. Specifically, the sunset and sunrise views at Busan's beaches are considered very beautiful, with the coastal location and viewing direction enhancing the natural light experience. The Dazu rock carvings include a series of rock carving and rock-cut sculpture groups located on the hillsides and cliffs in China. The carvings at Dazu began around the 7th century, but the majority were executed between the 9th and 13th centuries. In total, there are 75 protected carving sites, with an estimated count of over 50,000 statues or rock-cut figures. Furthermore, the same area contains more than 100,000 carved Chinese characters, inscriptions on the rock, documenting history, religion, and dates. A unique fact is that the artists, initiators, and leaders of many projects here dedicated their entire lives to the carving. Some spent up to 70 years just to complete a single large area. Gyeongbokgung Palace is the main palace of the Joseon dynasty in Seoul, South Korea, constructed starting in 1395. The structure is considered a symbol of ancient Korean royal power and is one of the most important historical landmarks in the country. The name Gyeongbokgung means the Palace of Shining Happiness or Palace of Great Blessing, signifying a wish for good fortune and blessings for the nation. Only 3 years after the Joseon dynasty was founded in 1392, Gyeongbokgung Palace was started and the first phase was completed. However, the palace was nearly entirely burned down in 1592 during the Japanese invasion, the Imjin War. Following this period of destruction and during the Japanese occupation, many surrounding buildings were sold off or dismantled. The imperial city of Hue is an architectural complex of palaces, citadels, and the royal quarter of the Nguyen dynasty, the last feudal dynasty in Vietnamese history. Construction of this structure began in the early 19th century from approximately 1803 to 1805 under Emperor Jia Long, and was mostly completed around 1833 under Emperor Min Mang. The imperial city was the seat of the government, the residence of the emperor, and the cultural and ceremonial center of the Nguyen dynasty, lasting from about 1802 to 1945. This area is situated next to the Perfume River and was built according to Feng Shui principles, harmonizing natural elements, following the rule of the dragon on the left, tiger on the right, or mountain behind, river in front. Unfortunately, this area suffered massive damage during various wars, especially during the Tet Offensive in 1968, when the city of Hue was a fierce battleground. The Gyeongju historic areas are located in the city of Gyeongju, North Gyeongsang Province, South Korea. This region was the capital of the Silla Kingdom for approximately 992 years, from 57 BC to 935 AD. Gyeongju is not just a single ruin, but comprises multiple belts, concentrating ancient relics, creating a unique open-air museum city. The monuments here strongly date from the 7th to the 10th centuries, meaning they are about 1,300 to 1,400 years old. Many statues and stone pagodas were carved directly into nature, mountains, cliffs, and valleys, making historical traces widespread. Gyeongju is famous for marking the peak period of the Silla Kingdom, one of the longest-lasting and most significant dynasties in Korean history. The Temple of the Tooth, fully named the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, is the repository for a tooth believed to be that of Gautama Buddha, located in Sri Lanka. The tooth is thought to be one of the Buddha's upper canines, recovered from the ashes after his parinirvana. According to legend, it was secretly brought from India to Sri Lanka, hidden in a princess's hair to prevent its capture. The present temple structure was built around 1595. The temple is famous for being not only a sacred religious site, but also carrying significant symbolic power. Legend claims that whoever possesses this relic has the right to rule the country. Every year, the temple hosts the famous Isala Perahera procession, which honors the sacred tooth and draws a huge number of pilgrims from around the world. The Great Wall of China is a colossal defensive structure located in northern China, renowned as one of the largest, oldest, and most spectacular feats of architecture ever accomplished by humankind. This massive project was built over many centuries by various dynasties, primarily intended to protect China's northern border from the incursions of nomadic tribes and cavalry. The Great Wall is not a single, continuous barrier, but is actually a complex system of many different wall sections, trenches, and various obstacles. The total length of this entire system, when including all its branches and associated sections from the major dynasties, measures up to about 13,171 miles, according to a 2012 survey. The structure winds its way across many complex terrains, such as high mountains, steep hills, deserts, and grasslands, which made both construction and maintenance extremely difficult. Building materials varied based on the location. For example, large stones were used in the high mountains, while rammed earth and wood were employed in the plains and deserts. A surprising fact is that in many sections, the mortar used to bind the bricks was mixed with sticky rice porridge and lime to increase its strength and durability. Beyond its defensive role, the wall also functioned to control trade and the movement of people across the border.